What is good, my trader homies? It's your boy Kevin from Touchdown Trades, your trading BFF, your stock market bestie. Today we're going to be talking about the EV stocks that we all love. The Teslas, the workhorses, NIO, SHLL, Hyliion, and Nikola. We're going to be talking about the drop in these stocks that's been occurring over the last 3 days or so. And we're going to create a plan for each of these stocks and talk about how we can profit from these pullbacks. We're going to break them all down in today's Touchdown Trades market analysis, so stay tuned. All right, trader homies. So the overall market has been selling off the last 2 days or so pretty hard, and that is going to provide us with opportunities to buy the dip and then sell the rip like we like to do here at Touchdown Trades. We're all about buying dips into support and making money off pullbacks. Okay, so the EV sector is what we're going to be focusing on this video because it's just been super strong, right? We haven't had any opportunities to buy pullbacks because there just hasn't been any. The EV sector as a whole has been ripping to the moon. All these stocks have been strong, and if you wanted to get in, you had to buy at all-time highs, and I'm not about that life. I'm not about buying all-time highs. I'm about buying the pullbacks, and we're getting some killer opportunities to buy some of these pullbacks in my favorites EV stocks like Hyliion, like Workhorse, like NIO, like Tesla. So let's talk about these today. We'll create a trading plan for each and talk about how we can make money in each of these. So today we're going to start off with Tesla here. We can see that Tesla, after the split, post-split, the first day it ran up huge and made a like 10% move up after the split on the first day. Tesla is the leading EV stock, and other EV stocks are going to follow what Tesla is doing. So it ran up big the first day, and then we've had a 3-day sell-off where Tesla has sold off about 20%, a little more than 20% actually, in those 3 days. So this sell-off in Tesla is going to bring the other EV stocks down with it. Tesla being the leader of the sector, what Tesla does, the other EV stocks are more than likely going to do as well. So this pullback in Tesla is not only going to allow us to make some money buying Tesla at a discount, but we're also going to be able to buy our other favorite EV stocks at a discount. And let's start off with my personal favorite EV stock right now, Hyliion. SHLL is the ticker. I got the daily chart of this SHLL, soon to be known as Hyliion. It's going to merge with Hyliion, and it'll be trading under a different ticker. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. If you're not, I'll leave a video I did on the merger down in the description down below, and you guys can check that out. But let's just break down this chart, and we can talk about how we can make money off this pullback on the SHLL Hyliion stock. We can see that it's been extremely strong, and we have an extremely valid level here at $35 per share. I want to buy at that level. We can see we ran up into it one time, failed it, we pulled back pretty hard, and then we finally ran up, broke through it, and then we came back, retested it, and then it was off to the races. So this level offers us a valid place to buy off of and risk off of because we know this is a valid level, and we want to buy dips into valid support levels. If you're new to trading, you're not used to using charts, this could be a little confusing for you, but look, it's not very complicated, right? We have a level here that the price couldn't break through. That's called resistance. And then once you have the break over the resistance, that prior resistance area over here now becomes support. It's just basic symmetry, really basic geometry. So we have a key level that we can buy in front of into that level, and we can use that as our risk. So I actually did trade this SHLL yesterday. We got the hourly chart pulled up, and I actually bought this yesterday at the $44 area and sold it on the break over 50. Not 44. It was like 45. I bought it yesterday and I sold it. It just ripped right back up to 50. I wasn't expecting it to be a day trade, but it worked out immediately and I made like $5 a share, so I just took my profits. But I want to get back in this thing and let's make a plan to capitalize on any pullbacks that could come next week, because the market has been weak. The market's been selling off, and that's going to give us opportunities to capitalize on. So we want to be prepared. I'm not sure that these EV stocks are going to continue selling off, but we want to be ready. We want to be prepared. We don't want to be deer in the headlights and saying what's going on and start freaking out because there's a sell-off. We want to be able to capitalize on that sell-off and get our stocks, get our favorite stocks at a discounted price. So my plan is to buy this SHLL Hyliion, or tortoise acquisition, whatever you want to call it. The merger is about to take place. I want to buy it in front of this 35 or 34.80 level. Okay, so if we get another pullback, break this prior low right here, you know a lot of traders have their stop loss set at that low that was set in today, that was put in today. So once that stop loss breaks, I'm expecting a lot of sell orders to just start firing off. And when a lot of stop losses get hit, that can create a little spike to the downside. So if we do that, get that, I'm going to buy into that 35 level. I'm going to hold, and my risk will be down here. My stop loss will be down here about 31 or so. And I'm going to hold and look for this thing to rocket back up towards 55, and I'll probably even hold post-merger, because I think after the merger just create a lot of hype and there could be a lot of buying, which could create an explosive move to the moon. All right, so let's recap my plan on this SHLL. I want to buy at around 36 down to 35. I'll keep buying, and my stop loss is going to be down here at 32, and I'm not going to sell any of this because I think it's going to the moon until we get at least back up towards $55 per share. All right, that wraps up our trade on SHLL, our trading plan, if it continues to sell off and a dip happens next week. So let's move on to the next one. Let's take a look at my second favorite EV stock. That would be Workhorse, ticker WKHS. All right, so we got the daily chart of this Workhorse pulled up, and we can see that it's been stronger than the other EV stocks. It hasn't really sold off. We did have a 2-day sell-off with Tesla, sympathy of Tesla, but not really anything substantial like there was in SHLL, Hyliion, and other EV stocks like NIO and Nikola, but we'll get into those later. But it's just been stronger than the other two. We have an obvious level that is very important here at the 1440 area. And it's held that area several times, tested it, at least 5-6 times tested it, and it's held it. So if we start to sell into that level next week, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to buy into it. And I'm going to look for that level to hold. If that level does break on the daily chart, we get a daily close below the 1440 level, I think we could have a really bad sell-off down there. But if it does hold, we could see all-time highs, and if this thing breaks, it's going to the moon. So I'm looking to buy this thing next week on any pullbacks down under $16. So $16 to $14 is my buying zone, and I'm going to be buying in that area. My stop loss will probably be around $12, and my profit target is all-time highs. That is my plan. If we get continued selling, continued dropping on this Workhorse, and let's move on to the next one, NIO. Before we talk about NIO, do me one big favor, my trader homies. You know what time it is. It's time to give the like button the old touchdown trade snake eye jab in the eyes. That's how we do it. We don't like the like button. The like button doesn't like us, so we jab it in the eyes. All right. So NIO, I made a video on NIO talking about how I thought it was overvalued and I thought Hyliion was a much better deal. I got tons of crap in the comment section, people saying I didn't know what I was talking about, there wasn't going to be a pullback, and I was an idiot. Well, we got a pullback. I still think NIO is too expensive, and I still think Hyliion is a better deal. But that's besides the point. Even though I don't want to invest in this NIO long term at this price point, I will still gladly swing trade it anytime. So we have an obvious level of support right here at the 1575 area. And today we came down, we slammed right into it, and we got bought back up. So what I'm going to be watching is I'm not going to be a buyer on this thing until this $16 breaks to the downside, and then I'll start buying. So my buy zone is going to be starting at like 15.50 down to 14, because look how much volume is traded in that area, and I think that area could hold. My stop loss will be down here at 12.50 or so, and I'm not going to sell until we get a move back up. My profit target will be like $18.50 or $19. So that's my plan on this NIO. Not my favorite. My favorite is Hyliion SHLL. I like Workhorse better than I like this NIO as well. But I will trade it. I don't discriminate. I just look at the charts and then I make my plays and I make my moolah. All right, let's move on to the next one, which is going to be Tesla. We'll break down Tesla as well. All right, so Tesla, post-offering the first day, the offering day was right here, and it opened up and it ran up like 13% the first day after the offering. Then we had a pretty significant sell-off the last 3 days, and it's down over 20% from these highs. So what I'm looking for is this area right here at the 360 level to act as support. I want to start buying into any sell-off into that area, and that's not going to be my stop loss. That's going to be my starter position, because I think there's a lot of support in this area as there's a ton of volume traded there. So I'm going to be buying in that zone from 360 to 340 or so. My stop loss will be around 300. I'm looking for this thing to get back towards 450 a share on any selling. Okay, so I like this Tesla as a long-term swing trade over the next 3 weeks or so. So if it does sell into that 360 level, I'm a buyer at 360, I'm a buyer at 350, I'm a buyer at 340, looking for 300 to hold, and then looking for the bounce back up towards 450. Let's talk about why these stocks have been selling off. Number one is because Tesla has been selling off, and the EV stocks are going to follow suit on what Tesla is doing. One of Tesla's biggest funds in Tesla, one of the biggest outside investors in Tesla, had to sell some shares to rebalance the fund's guidelines and how they invest their money. They had to sell a bunch of shares, which is creating selling pressure on Tesla as well as just profit taking. So that's the first factor. The second factor is we had the market very weak yesterday, very weak today. And obviously stocks, individual stocks are going to follow the SPY, the SPY, S&P 500, and just the overall market. We also had the NASDAQ very weak today as well, and it did bounce back towards the close, but it sold pretty hard this morning. So if the overall market is weak, we're going to have selling in individual stocks, including EV stocks like our favorite SHLL, Nikola, NIO, Tesla, Workhorse. All of them are going to sell off. So I think the only one we didn't cover yet is Nikola, and I do not want any piece of this Nikola. I think it's overvalued. I would much rather be an investor and trade Hyliion than I would Nikola. It's way more expensive than Hyliion, and they don't even have a product to market yet. Hey, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. All right. Bye, Mom. All right, so let's talk about this Nikola and why I don't want any piece of it. So it's just been, it had a short squeeze, which caused this huge run up, and then it's just been straight selling since then. One good thing going forward is finally coming back down to the 200 EMA. It came down, tested it one time, held there, and it looks like we're going to test it again. If it breaks the 200 EMA, you're going to have a lot of sellers, as a lot of institutional traders use the 200 EMA to base their investments and trades on. So I don't want to trade this Nikola. This is my least favorite EV stock. I'd rather buy Workhorse, I'd rather buy SHLL, I'd rather buy Tesla. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up. I just wanted to make this video because we need to have a plan. I've been seeing a lot of videos all over YouTube, all over social media talking about, oh, the market's selling off. What do we do? What do we do? What you do is you dry your powder, you get your bullets ready, you reload, you pick out what stocks you like, and you create a plan for that stock. Where do you want to buy? Where do you want to set your stop loss, and where do you want to set your profit target? When you have that plan and you see a stock you like start to sell off, you wait till it gets to your buy zone, you start buy, and then you're in the game, you have a plan, and you're not caught off guard. That is how you make money long term in the stock market. Investing and trading is creating a plan, buying the dip into support, and selling the rip when it goes to the moon. All right, guys, I love all of y'all. If you got anything from the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Helps me out tremendously. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. If you're not yet a subscriber, I don't even know what you're doing anymore. What are you even doing? I don't even know what you're doing. But I love all you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Drop.